welcome to Pick6 Central. NBA fans, listen up. You gotta try Pick6, the newest real money fantasy app from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. Getting started is simple. Select if a player will have more or less of a stat. For example, will a player have more than one rebound, or will a player have less than 3.5 assists? It's the best. It's such a way of just playing over-unders. You know, it's so much more fun sometimes doing that than relying on a whole team. You love a guy one day, you love their matchup, you put the over on them. You don't love their matchup, you put a nice under on them. You parlay from 2 to 6 of those, and it just feels like you have more of a stake in the game almost, too. You're more, like, focused on a certain couple of guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to lock. I think it's easier to do research for it, easier to lock in player props. Like you said, you got a feeling the more or less, and you're competing against people, contests, stuff like that. It's great.
I couldn't agree more.
It's big for you.
A lot of the baseball picks I do are player props and things like that. I love it. Like I've said, I think it's a great point. Like, it's easier to do research on a specific guy. You can really, I think, kind of narrow down. It's a fun way to do it.
What time's the flight tomorrow?
11:30.
11:30. What time you get to North Dakota?
Local time like 5. So really real time like 7.
Not bad.
Sure.
Not bad.
Sure. Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. Ev will be
He's getting
in.
his flight booked to Nashville. He's like, oh yeah, North Dakota's not bad. I got re-mad again. I'm not.
Are you excited?
You got re-mad again?
No, I'm not excited.
Why
anymore.
you?
It's
you
a day-to-day change.
What happened?
What happened?
Yesterday you were so
you were
positive.
feeling good.
Nah,
It's
horrible.
getting closer
Awful.
now.
Yeah, because I woke up this morning and I was reminded I have to go to North Dakota tomorrow, and I was like, oh fuck.
Think about it. You're gonna have memories that are gonna last a lifetime.
Wait, let's talk about it.
We
Let's
went
talk
over
about it in a
this.
second. Let's talk
A
about
lot
it
of
in a
times
second.
memories like that are bad.
But Big Ev will be in North Dakota tomorrow. But for Thursday's
All I'm
show,
gonna have is the Pick6 app. That's all I'm gonna have.
he's gonna be on Thursday's show, explaining what his picks are gonna be and the contest. Also a big day for him because he's the first one like in the contest too of like what his number's gonna be.
I know.
What we have to chase.
We all could be chasing him.
or he's gonna have to go to Alaska, and I don't think he's gonna be happy about that either.
No.
In the chat, I do want you to say who you want to go to Alaska. I wouldn't mind it. I don't think you'd mind it.
No.
I think there's 2 people that would mind it.
So sign up for it. You got it. Done.
Not
Easy.
signing up.
Easy as ever. You
Mind.
got
I
it.
don't want to. I really
got it.
don't want to.
So yeah, I think it's also gonna like go right. I'd love to go to Alaska, but it's gonna be right after we do Rat Race. Like I might be flying from Chicago to Alaska if I have to go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Download new DraftKings Pick6 app now and get started with the code PickCentral. New customers can get up to $200 back in Pick6 credits if your first pick set loses. Only on Pick6 from DraftKings with code PickCentral. The crown is yours. Woo. Little cleanup, little cleanup action. Roan's back in the booth.
That's a scary sight.
Bro,
That's a scare. Those are train tracks you do not want to be on.
there's 2 things in this company. There's a lot of things in this company, but 2 things. One, you don't want to get in a blog war with Francis.
No.
And you don't want to get in any war with Roan.
No.
No, on any level.
Any level. Listen, who's that new security guard?
I met him today.
Yeah.
Holy
guy.
shit.
Yeah, I could probably take him, but
That's like Robert Saleh.
I know. Look at him, right?
But yeah, Roan just went a 2-minute song in like a day.
He does it so fast.
So fat. Like, dude, like Kendrick Lamar still got nothing for Drake.
Almost 2 weeks. Kendrick Lamar's a bum. This
Bum.
is a rap show, but I mean, you take a little BS shot on a feature, and then you get eviscerated, and then you just don't respond for weeks. I mean, get the fuck out of here.
Drake did it so fast.
Kung Fu Kenny. That's a bum.
Drake dummied him. But regardless, Roan went after KFC. His one line was very funny. Your show's like a hockey fights. People just stay to watch the fights. Your show's just like a hockey game.
They stay to watch the fights.
Stay to watch the fights.
It's good,
Very
good.
funny. I don't.
Imagine in KFC like because Rowan dropped it pretty late last night. I mean, you wake up to that. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I mean, KFC did go after him though, right?
He did.
I didn't see that part. So this morning I was, oh, that was kind of rude. Like, why did Roan do that? I did not know he went after him. So that's
it was Rowan responded to Ben Stiller, and then
out of left field.
out of left, which we talked about. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny, and then he And then KFC did like one of his like 1 Minute Man videos like on it, on like it all happening.
Got it.
And then that was a response to that.
Got it. Didn't see that one. So that's why, hey, you don't want to get Rowan back in the booth. You really don't.
Oh man,
I like it. I wish Rowan would put out like albums. I'd listen to it.
for sure. I mean, I like even just the intros he does for their guests on Pat Bev Pod
The Pat Bev.
are incredible.
Pat Bev at the end of it too. Did you hear that?
What? Oh yeah,
And, like,
coming out at the
subscribe.
end, yeah, just a little hype man.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some sports though.
Lakers are dead.
The Lakers are dead. Okay, they are dead. But
6 feet under.
but
LeBron might retire. Probably not, but might.
he ain't retired.
He's not retiring.
Bronny's coming in. Because Bronny still hasn't gone to a school / doesn't like hasn't
made a
withdrawn from
decision.
the NBA.
You hear they're already throwing the Lakers feelers out there.
For Bronny,
Like, hey, like we draft Bronny if you come back. Like you signed
love
this,
that.
you signed this 3-year max extension. Like we'll draft Bronny.
I love that. So, okay, but let me get this point across because the Nuggets are incredible. The Lakers held their own the entire series. They did. You can't even. Jamal Murray killed them twice at the end. Killed them
Yeah.
twice, and then they won one game. They were leading for most of the fucking series.
See, I've already been seeing like Lakers fans doing that dance on Twitter. Like
You can't do that dance.
hang the you led 3/4 of the game.
Nah, you can't do that.
The fuck does that mean?
That's what championship teams do. Is what the Nuggets did. It's like no matter what, you're still getting beat, but you still found ways to win.
They get broken in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I said it like a week or two. Like the Nuggets have like that a little bit of Chiefs feel to them. Like you can be
never out of a
You
game.
can be beating them the whole time. Like that's fine. But at the end of the game, like they will come through. They will beat you. Jamal Murray is the closer. And like last game, he was. I mean, not like this game. Like last night, I meant he was incredible. Has 32. Like I mean, he just when they need a big shot, he's the big shot guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you just have like Michael Porter Jr. had a big game, they just have like the perfect. And then obviously Jokic like 20 boards,
He's coming on
25,
to be
9 assists, like
the
just
third
going
scorer.
crazy. But even MPJ is without question like the third best player and a legit option. Like I think could be like the number 2 on like a lot of good teams. But they're an elite team, so he's the third guy. But even like Aaron Gordon, like playing defense, grabbed like 13 rebounds.
Why? He's so good.
Like he's a guy who could be like be obviously could have a bigger role on other teams, but he's just the perfect like fourth man for a team that like is going to win championships.
Yep.
He just knows his role. He's like he just plays it great. He does whatever he needs to do. Like early in the series, a game or two, he had a game where he scored like 30 points, but then he can have a game where he still has a huge impact and only scores. I think he scored like 6 or 8, something like that last night. 8
Let me
points.
ask you a question though about the Lakers because Nuggets we know like listen they're the favorite they're the favorite to get to the championship from the West. Phil walked in. He just walks in with his head so far forward. The Lakers, what if LeBron comes back? Are they one piece away, or do you think they need a full like? Because him and AD are still. I don't care what anyone says. They are a great twosome.
They have no
Tandem.
depth. Like they need more depth.
So that's what I'm saying though. But so they get.
That's why they get
more-
ran. That's why I think they get ran out at the end. Like they're old and the depth is just not there.
They just have nobody else to score anything.
Also, last night I thought AD, like him only taking 11 shots in like a game like that, and he was 8 for 11. Like, and I like D'Lo. Like D'Lo was not like he missed a bunch of shots.
Well, it's been
He
the
was,
tale.
not, he was not efficient.
The tale of the whole series is AD playing unbelievable, but not shooting enough. When like every time down, he should touch the ball.
And LeBron played great last night. Like LeBron
had a
definitely-
great series.
Definitely played well for sure.
He had a great series. But yeah, you all right?
I'm fine. I'm still kind of
Tell people.
I'm still very excited about the Monster Money Line hitting last night.
Oh,
The
God.
Monster Money Line hit. Are you guys excited about that?
No.
No?
not at
Why?
all.
It was plus 140, and I said it, and it was a good bet.
Not at all.
Why?
It's the worst bet you can.
No, last night I think it made a lot of sense. It worked, so it was good.
So Nuggets will play who now?
Timberwolves, which is going to be box
Wow.
office.
Awesome
That's
series.
a great. That has
I'm going
potential
to tell
be a
you
great
right this second I'm taking the Timberwolves.
I will say this. I was saying this.
Really?
I was saying
Yep.
this to Travi this morning when I walked in.
series. Check out the series, bro.
I do think I'd imagine the Nuggets are favored. I imagine they will win. But watch the NBA move so fast, and the way like narratives move so fast. Watch if the Timberwolves win, all of a sudden Anthony Edwards will be considered like the best player in the world. Like that's so even whether it's true or not true. Listen, he's definitely like up, like he's in the top like 10 comfortably. But I mean, what like that's how like the way the public narratives when you like winners win, losers lose. That's just the way like America works, especially the world works. If they somehow win that series, all of a sudden it'll just flip like that. Like he'll become like the face of the league.
I got the odds right here. Denver is -230. Minnesota's +195.
I'm gonna take that +195. That's great value for a Timberwolves team that's gonna be obviously they're both gonna be rested. Will they start the second round while the first round's still happening?
I think they'll wait for.
I think they do. I think they do
wait
that.
a little bit, but
No, I know.
They do, but it depends if a series goes to 7 or not.
So I'm saying like if the Clippers go to 7 or if the Magic and the Cavs go 7, they'll start.
Game will be the same day probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Timberwolves. I like. Look at the matchups here. You have defensive player of the year type of guys on that team, which is Rudy Gobert. People don't like him. I think he's actually been playing really good. I think the narrative is. I mean, he started COVID, but besides that, I think he's a good fit on the team.
No, I've been a big like anti Rudy Gobert guy for a while because all these like playoff series they go small. The thing with him in like when Utah, if he ever had to defend in the perimeter, he gets cooked.
Yeah,
because he can't defend like that. But I think what they now have like come around on him because I think the Timberwolves have like their front office has done an incredible job putting the perimeter defenders around him for him to be like an elite rim protector where he's never has to be caught in these switches anymore really where he's like out on the perimeter. He can just stay like in the middle, like guard the paint, guard the big guys.
That's all he needs to do.
And let like Anthony Edwards, Naz Reid, Jaden McDaniels, like let those guys are all like very good perimeter defenders. Let them like do that in that role. Where when he was in Utah, he's with like Donovan Mitchell and these guys that don't play defense. And then he get left on that island and get cooked and end up getting like basically playing himself like to the bench because they just have mismatches that he can't handle. Now he's in a spot where he can play his role like perfectly.
But think about
I think the fit there has worked out. Like they've done a great job with when they made the trade. I was definitely critical of it. A lot of people where they gave like 4 first-rounders, all these assets for Rudy Gobert, and it was like, what are they doing?
It seemed like a lot.
But they've done a great job putting the pieces to like make it work stylistically.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, by the way, the series that we start Saturday 8:30. The line for the first game is out, and Nuggets favored by 5 in Denver, obviously.
Makes sense. I thought that'd be like minus like 200, minus 230 isn't crazy to me.
I like it. Listen, I'm going through the matchups, right? Like you just said, Rudy Gobert can kind of stay down there with like Aaron Gordon, correct? They'll probably be.
Well, he can, but I wonder this series will be interesting just because Jokic likes to get that ball at the top of the key so much and facilitate. Like I wonder how Gobert is going to be able to handle that part of it. Because, like, matchup-wise, he's going to kind of, like they're going to have to put that big body on, like, Jokic. Like, I just feel like if they put, even, like, a Naz Reid might be, like, too small. I think he'll be able to hold his own. Though? I guess Cat, too, but Cat's, like, I just think he's too respectful. I don't think he's tough enough to handle, like, a Jokic.
I think he has to. I think Cat's
he might have to. He's going to have to a little bit.
Cat, and Naz Reid on him, but then you have Anthony Edwards that can cover Jamal Murray, or like he can kind of do whatever he wants. Like I just think that the matchups are all there. Like the bench, Conley's been playing well.
Yeah,
as well. Like
they have good like McDaniel and Anthony Edwards being on like MPJ and Jamal Murray is like solid.
The matchups,
those are both like both ways will be like good matchups.
The Nuggets are for sure better. Obviously the line's telling you that, but +195 where like the Timberwolves just like didn't beat a schlep team. I know that.
No, they did it, but I think
give a little credit for that sweep.
No, they get a lot of credit, but I also think the Timberwolves I think you're buying them. Their stock couldn't be higher in your buying.
100%.
Like I feel like it's almost like you could. This is where I'm like, I might be like find myself fading them like a little bit this series because I think like the Nuggets were just in all these close games with the Lakers. They just swept these paper giants and the Suns who really are just not good.
They're not, but it's still
giants.
not a schlep of a team where you sweep. Like they didn't beat, like you wouldn't beat them by 6. Like, a sweep is fucking hard to do.
No, they smashed them. The team was all legit.
I don't even. It wasn't even close.
Not really.
The games were not very close.
Most of them weren't.
It's an amazing second round. This is the most I've been paying attention to Phil, you back there by yourself?
We got
Booze
Booze
is
here.
back here.
Oh, Booze. Oh no, I can't see back there. Hey, Booze. This is the most I've been tuning into NBA playoffs in a long time. Early on, I usually am. I'm be honest. I'm usually like I'm watching every game throughout the nights. Like usually I'm like it's conference championship.
Well, because I think
Because usually these series aren't that good. I feel like.
It's been fun. There's fun matchups.
we finally got past like the LeBron versus Curry era.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got where it just was
Or even teams.
like I said, there was a point with LeBron for like almost felt like basically
For a decade.
10-year stretch where you just knew he was in the finals and it was going to be who did he play, and then it just was basically went from the Spurs to the Warriors.
Yeah.
So now like there's all this talent spread out amongst league on both conferences. We talked before where like now you have like Shea Gilgeous on like bringing Oklahoma City Thunder to the top.
Right.
Anthony Edwards with Timberwolves got teams that like haven't been good recently are now getting better, getting the talent spread out. Like obviously the Knicks getting better, even like the Magic getting better with Paolo and like Franz Wagner and some of these guys. Like there's just more depth throughout each team, like going down the conference.
We even saw it last year, like with Denver. Like Denver wasn't a team that was.
Like Dallas is good, like obviously
yeah.
good again, and you just there's just this talent spread out all over the place that helps the league.
That wasn't the case for a good. We were at,
You know,
for a
it
good
was
decade.
like you had LeBron just literally running through the East like so easily, where the Eastern Conference Finals weren't even like worth watching.
Yeah.
That's totally changed.
Let's move on to the other games. We talked about the Lakers, Nuggets, Celtics, Heat. Celtics win. They cover. What's the status on Porzingis? They said that the latest I saw was that it's not an Achilles.
I thought it was strained calf. It sounded like I heard that.
Any timetable, anything?
He's getting an MRI today. That's your timetable.
Yeah, I was
So
We'll know more then. Yeah, that's.
How, as a Dukes isn't here today, but how, as a Celtics fan for Clemmer, does that? Obviously, it affects you. It's the part of your big three. But like, what's the thought? What's your feelings on it right now?
Yeah, I'm fine as long as he's back by the Eastern Conference Finals. I think we can handle the next matchup without him. I think probably pretty easily. And then after that though, we probably need him.
That's honestly fair.
Yeah,
Clemmer,
I would agree.
what was
Cavs
your
are
thoughts
magic
on Bam Adebayo doing a late contest on Jason Tatum after the whistle?
Good question.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I mean that's how he plays. I mean, I'm not surprised. Are you surprised?
I'm not. I've been saying it for a while. The Heat are a dirty team.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
I didn't like it. I think Bam, that was kind of a. But the thing after the play is that it's a very respected rule in the NBA. You don't shoot after the. How many times do they jump up and swat your ball away when it's going near the basket
Basically
after
every
everything?
time.
No, maybe every.
Basically every time they can.
And I think that when a guy shoots after, like Jason Tatum shooting after the whistle, that's just what I think that's an instinct for NBA players. I think that
It's an instinct for Bam Adebayo to get under a shooter's foot. I agree.
See, you can't even talk.
You
can't.
Fuck the Celtics. I'm more like fuck at this point. Like,
Yeah, I'm surprised you're like.
you're doing tricks on Tatum right
He's
now.
calling it how he sees it. Like
No, but I see. I'm calling how I see it too,
Wait,
where I don't think he truly meant. It looks like a scumbag move. 100%, it does. I don't think he. Do you think he really meant to get under his feet there?
When something like I feel like the Heat when they play a certain way for long enough, you start maybe it is a little bit like Boy Who Cried Wolf a little bit where you're looking for that, but like I don't know. I think at some point it's kind of you are who you are. And there's been enough weird plays, especially in the series even, where it's like, what are they doing?
I don't think he meant to do it. Like I think he was more just Tatum's like taking a shot like clearly like way after the whistle. He was basically just saying, let me not just let him like get it like out here shooting like practice like wide open threes. Like,
And you're also home. Like
yeah, you're at home. He just like kind of stepped in front of him. And even it was funny if you guys like were like actively paying attention to the broadcast. Van Gundy was like immediately like that's Tatum's fault.
Yeah.
Actually, it was kind of funny. I was enjoying it as like as someone like just like basically a rival, if you will, like Eastern Conference rival. He was kind of like trashing the Celtics like a lot of the game. It was kind of funny. It was, I don't know how much you guys were paying attention.
I didn't hear any. I was at
There was a point in time where I forget what, maybe it was the second quarter or second or third, but he just went on like basically a tangent, like basically just being like this team, like they just will like let you like basically that they're not like killers, like they'll let you. I don't know if he used that exact word, but that was the premise.
I think that's also fair though about
it was like everything he was saying. It was just funny. He just was like so just like against kind of just like just trashing them basically, like respectfully trashing them. being like they're not killers. Like they let like lesser teams hang around. Like this is what they do. Like they're not like real. Like they should be like blowing this team out.
Seems like pretty unfair criticism when they still won by a large amount.
But he's saying they won by 13. It was more. There was a point where they made a run in the maybe it was the end of the second quarter that like I can't remember when they made that little run, and he just kind of started just saying he just thinks that there's just like something missing. I guess just like kind of that. I don't know. He just kind of was I just don't
look at the fucking the lineup for the Heat is abysmal.
Well, that's what he was saying. Like this, like you can say they won by a lot, but also like look at the two like teams that are on the court with each other.
But
They won
They might have like the
by,
five
20 points.
they have like 5 of the 6 like
whatever,
best
they lost
players
one,
on the court.
The loss like is inexcusable, but like when you win by 20, win by 13, it's like all right, what more do you want like this team to do?
I also, from a fan standpoint, it's like they won. I don't give a fuck.
No. But I think
I think that there is.
I'm saying when you play like other teams, it's not gonna. You can't just like
on them.
coast to like wins against the Heat without their best player, like an 8 seed without their best player. You're gonna have to like eventually. You're gonna have to like. He basically saying if you play like teams that do this against these teams are not the kind of teams that go beat like the Nuggets. Basically, is what he's saying.
Like it's
I
mostly.
think that was more his point.
I think also like I'll give the credit to the Knicks. Like if you let the Knicks hang around, they'll take advantage. You know what I mean?
And I think he didn't mention the Knicks or anything or like really any other teams. He more was just kind of he just was like this is just weird. It's just weird to see a team that has all this talent and it's had a season like they had where they had like Smitty mentioned they had like a top 5 plus minus or like scoring differential like ever like in like NBA history.
Yeah.
For a team to be like that dominant, have like the best record in the NBA basically from start to finish the whole year, have a team that was already in the finals, then add like Drew Holiday, Porzingis, like all these guys, and you're still kind of just like
I
don't look as dominant as they should be. I guess what he was saying.
Almost like you can't unless you win by 35, you can't win. I guess in his eyes, I don't know. I was happy with the win as a fan.
Well, it was more the way the way they were playing as well, where they like the Heat came out and like played. They needed like it took Derek White being like unconscious for it to even be like that. Like if he doesn't do that, it's like who knows what happens in that game.
Like Tatum did.
But a credit to them, it's how
Tatum did not play well.
But a credit to them, it's how deep they are that they have like that many guys that can do that. That all it takes is like they're like 5th, 6th best player
Can just go off.
Can just go for like 30 some points and they win.
Are you
a game
a
that the rest
little-
of the team didn't play well?
Are you a little worried about your bench or no?
No, actually, not. No, I think Hauser's been pretty good this series. No, not really. I mean, I'm not. They just won by like. I'm obviously the MRI of Porzingis.
I'm not talking
Good about
about like
that, but,
this. I'm not talking about the Heat. You know, like I mean,
But like I don't know. Like
I'm saying like for the like because the Nuggets, right? They have this bench that is I think is actually good. I think that the Timberwolves have a good bench. Like I in my opinion, I've always said it. Like yesterday, Hauser and Pritchard didn't play well. Horford
Hauser played really good the first 3 games.
Yeah, Horford is Horford. You know what you're getting out of him.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah. I mean,
He's just Al Horford.
he's 1,000 years old.
He might be. Well, how old is he?
His rookie year was 07, 08 that season.
Jesus.
He's probably close. He got to be like 39, 40.
That Celtics team with Garnett, the first round they played the Al Horford-led Hawks in his rookie year.
He also obviously played multiple. He played like at least like what 3 years in college. Obviously 2. He won 2 national
I think
titles.
he's got to be 37, right?
At least.
Phil, look up how old Al Horford is. And then the other game was Thunder, Pelicans. Pelicans
Close him out.
you can't do anything.
37 years old.
Funny story about Al Horford. The only Sixers jersey I own is an Al Horford jersey. And the reason
Do
is
you still have it?
yeah, and the reason I have it is my favorite number is 42. And so when we got a Sixer who's number 42, who was Al Horford, and then we just fucking hated him.
Yeah.
So like I can never wear this jersey ever anywhere.
No,
You'll get like beat up in your own
Yeah.
stadium if you wear that.
Shout out number 42.
And yeah, the Pelicans Thunder. It was like the Pelicans with no Zion.
Kind of a weird series.
Weird. It wasn't.
It was
entertaining.
dominant, but like not dominant. They blew him out like one game.
I'll tell you that
The other like they were pretty close games.
it's the most unentertaining games I watched.
That's how I felt too.
Or maybe the Cavs Magic.
No, I'm enjoying those.
Cavs Magic. Yeah, they're
that's 2-2.
they have been kind of blowouts.
The Magic at home are electric.
They're crazy.
They're amazing, and the Cavs are so fucking soft. They're the softest team there is. Like Franz Wagner's going like this to you nonstop. They are the biggest pussies in the world. Also, Franz Wagner, I'm gonna give him credit.
Dude, he's
Where the fuck he was not that good in
nasty.
college.
He's one of those weird ones where I remember when he went in the draft, and I think he went like 7th or 8th overall or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was a lottery pick, and I remember being like, how is this guy going that high in the draft?
Remember, I said,
And that's one of those where, hey, the NBA execs, they know more ball than me because
Mo coming off
he's
the
an
bench.
Unbelievable. He's their second best player easily. The guy averaged like 20 and like 8 this year.
Yeah, no, he's
He's a legit stud.
He's
He's only like I think like 22, something like that. He's young.
Paolo and then him.
100%. I mean, that's the young core they're gonna build this team around.
Yeah, and then Suggs comes out. Like, they're a fun team.
He's had a big his first couple years was not good in the
Needs to
NBA.
get going.
This year he had a much better season. I thought he's had a good series too. He played really well the other night.
I think it's just a 76ers type of thing, but I don't know. I want to know what – I think they put potions on some of their players that forget how to shoot the ball. Like Markelle Fultz, when you watch him shoot the ball, it's like he forgot.
Yeah, like you're saying, like he's back.
Yeah, it's like he's getting back. But
He got the yips anymore.
Ben Simmons fucking couldn't all of a
And
sudden.
he went to the net. He still hasn't done anything on the Nets.
No. I'm more saying like Markelle Fultz in college could shoot the fuck out of the ball.
He could.
And then now it's like, now he's getting better, but his shot's just weird. I don't know. I just think that
They're 6-man.
that series is getting a little more fun.
I'm almost. I said yesterday on the show that I thought I was definitely going to be at the Cavs. I'm having some second thoughts.
You would.
Like I said, I was definitely going to bet the Cavs at home. Like basically, just
bet the
keep
Cavs.
betting the home teams because I've been 4-0 just betting the home teams in the series. I've won
Right.
and covered every game, and most of them been like all 4 have been like pretty easy as well. Besides maybe like one of the Cavs ones.
Yeah.
And I said I was going to be on the Cavs. And now, like I woke up this morning, I'm having second thoughts.
Oh, I'm on the
line is
Magic.
5.
Like I think the Magic, I might take the Magic with the points. I think
am
they
too.
might have found. I think they might have found something. And I just don't like the Cavs. Listen, like we talked about, I think either team is walking into a slaughter the next round in Boston. I don't know, man. This Cavs team, they just leave so much to be desired.
I couldn't imagine being a fan of them.
They just they still feel to me like they're in like purgatory. Like you're talking about like Mitchell's gonna potentially want to trade or like get out of there. And I'm not even a big Mitchell guy. Like I just don't think he's I don't think he's like a winning player, if that makes
Biggest
sense.
blessing that happened to the Knicks, not sign him.
I was saying it all along. I was so happy in real time when they didn't trade for him. They were asking for a disgusting amount of assets. They literally just signed Jalen Brunson, who's a way better player.
Mike.
But yeah, I mean, I don't. There's just something about that team. Like they just, even like they got to with Mobley and Allen. I don't know what they're gonna do with like the two of them.
No, they're in.
They have
They're
to
in
move
a
on from one of them
really,
probably.
Really weird spot. Like you have a team in the Magic who is in a great spot going forward for the future, and then you have the Cavs that are like, you just have no idea what direction you're going.
Because I think in the NBA you get to the spot where like you have like, especially with like Jared wasn't like homegrown, but like you get him over from the Nets, and you have these guys that like they playing well, put up big numbers, and you're in this spot where you have to like basically sign them to these like crazy contracts or like let them go. And I think more often some of these teams need to just be like, walk.
Yeah, let's go.
Or just like go somewhere else. Like we can't just like sign you just to keep you, just to stay like a 5 seed in the East.
Yeah.
When we really have no chance to win with your core of Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen and like Mobley. Like that's not gonna.
No,
If you keep running that back, you're not gonna get over the hump. That's
No,
just not gonna
the
happen.
Cavs are in a really bad spot where like they're good but not great, and there's no way that team can ever get past the second round probably.
Agreed.
And like when you're in, it's like being in a purgatory. It's like because you're not going to get good draft picks. You're in a horrible spot.
Yeah.
It's the worst place to be in the NBA.
I have a healthy debate for you guys. Okay, I didn't like Clemmer's eye roll there, but
I didn't even roll my eyes. I was
you
like,
rolled your eyes.
I really did.
You rolled your eyes.
Go ahead, Meek.
It's not a big deal. How many players in the NBA are there where you think you can win a title if they're your best player?
How many? I'm sorry. What was the question again?
How many players in the NBA do you think you can win a title like with them as your best player? Like how many guys
Yeah.
be the best player on a championship winning
Right.
team?
Okay, Jokic is definite.
Jokic for sure. Are you saying future like this season, like right now?
Well,
'Cause I think there's a couple that are like blossoming into that.
let's just say in the future.
Okay.
Like at some point.
Okay, fair enough. I think Jokic obviously because he's done it already. I think Anthony Edwards like can definitely become a guy like that.
What about Devin Booker?
I don't think so. I don't
think so at all.
don't think the best player on a championship. I think he'd be like a number 2 maybe.
I don't think you can win a title like Kevin Durant is your best player.
Not right now.
now.
Not right now. No.
Tatum, Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis you can for sure.
Tatum you can.
Tatum I would say yes. But even he's got to prove it still, because I mean he's got.
Well, a lot of these guys.
Well, every guy
Anthony
besides
Edwards
you.
is
For sure,
proven. I mean, he's been
Tatum just has such an insane.
I actually
floor.
think that you can't. You got to wait on Anthony Edwards for a second. I think I agree with you.
He's saying projecting.
I think we should do right now. Let's
Okay.
do right now.
So right now,
Because you got to wait. Because you don't want to. If you could say about a lot of guys, if it's
Well,
waiting.
if you're taking the Timberwolves, you think Anthony Edwards is right now then?
I think Anthony Edwards.
You're
is
saying
right
the
now.
Timberwolves are going to beat the defending champs.
No, I think they are, but I'm saying that I think that like you can't give that to Anthony Edwards right this second in like in this debate. I think that he's going to as well. I just think right this second, Anthony Edwards is kind of just coming on the scene again, like more of like a superstar now.
I don't know how you can say that and think and then say they're going to beat the Nuggets. Because if
I'm
you beat the Nuggets, in my
telling you-
opinion, you are right there.
I'm telling you that he definitely can, but I think right this second, when the moment we're in, I don't think you can. I think yes, after Nuggets we can solidify him as he can, but don't you like have to like show more than winning one series and to be they could win a championship?
I don't know. I mean, if the guy's got talent, why?
Well, they all got like Devin Booker. Then you could still say that, and he can too. Almost like he's.
I don't think you say that about Booker.
I still think you can. I don't know. I think
The best player in a championship is just very different. Like a 2 and a 1 is just such a big.
Yeah.
Because I don't even like. Can you even? It's tough because like for example like the Tatum scenario, like you're putting him in the spot where like the talent around him currently is insane. So there's like I think he would if you said the Celtics or I think most people wouldn't argue are like the best in terms of like their best like 6-7 guys are like better than anyone else's 6-7. But if you want to talk Nuggets, that's fine too. But usually them as an example. How many guys could you plug into Tatum's role and like they win a championship with them? Because then if you do it like that, I think there's quite a few. Because it's hard to imagine, like for example, like a Shea Gilgeous. Like could you say like plug him in on like that team? I know it's different because they have like Drew Holiday, they have like other guards.
Right.
But like style, like just in terms of like the sheer talent that's there on the roster.
But Tatum also did get to a championship without Porzingis and like
And without Holiday.
without Holiday.
That's true, but they still had like a lot of other like they still had Jalen Brown.
Yeah, but so is
still had like Marcus Smart and like a lot of good players.
Jokic has Jamal Murray and like you said, like Michael, like they're all still good players.
For sure, but that's what I'm saying. You could use them too if you want. But I also don't think but I think there's a much bigger difference of taking Jokic off that team and taking like Tatum off his team. I think the value you're losing is significantly more on the Nuggets taking Jokic off that team.
Is LeBron in? Can you do LeBron?
Like that's where I'm saying like if you put LeBron like replace Tatum with LeBron, I think they're still like they could obviously.
Yeah, I think LeBron's still.
And LeBron would be the best player, so I'd say in that like that terminology, I'd say yes.
LeBron's in that camp. I still put Curry in that camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, like exactly. If you throw like him in on that team, like in a better team,
They're not in the camp
win it
very
all.
long, but they're still there.
I'd put LeBron and Curry in there. I just wouldn't put
Me too.
KD there.
I agree.
Me neither.
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
Yeah, so I'll say them two, like Jokic, obviously. You say Giannis, like Anthony Edwards.
I say Tatum.
I'd say Shea.
Yeah, Shea for sure.
I'd say Brunson.
I'm rocking with Brunson.
I mean,
He's a dog, man.
dropped
I don't know.
47
Look,
in the
look
game,
what
you
look
can't
what
tell
he's
me
doing. Like look what he's doing. Like he's the outlier because he's just not the most physically imposing.
I just don't. I
I think you
get
guys
it.
are a piece away though.
I think
whole
that
thing.
like we're talking best player on the team win a championship.
Correct.
I don't.
You're saying I don't think
I
that
don't think
he's.
so either.
I think that he's amazing. I don't want to take it away from him.
No, I think the problem with the Knicks is you guys are a piece away.
Here's the thing, though. Like we're playing the Sixers. Jalen Brunson's been the best player on the court in this series. He's gonna play the Pacers.
I don't know if that's necessarily true, Phil.
It's true.
It's
Okay, good talk.
But like Embiid's Embiid's won an MVP and
he had
it's also
two-
70
In this series,
The first two
Yeah,
games
the
he
first
wasn't
two
good.
games he
but-
wasn't good.
Yeah,
in the last two.
I
yeah,
know,
but
but
that's
the
the
series-
series.
that's the
Embiid's
series.
been playing better than him in this
In
series.
a pivotal
technically.
game, Jalen Brunson dropped 47 set a franchise record,
He did.
and Joel Embiid went scoreless.
What about-
from the field
Wait, but the
with
game
18
before that,
minutes.
Embiid dropped 50.
Yeah, and won.
in a
Well, in
pivotal
lo-
game.
It's a pivotal game when they're
Pivotal
down
game.
2-0.
Yeah.
And it's a pivotal game. You're down 2-1.
Yeah, but what about the game one where Jalen Brunson was horrible, and
He
the
still-
second game where he was
He shot
horrible?
poorly, but he still made an impact on the game.
Yeah, but he wasn't
Put
the
him-
best. You said the best
Embiid's
player.
the best player on
Embiid
the
was has been the best player this
It's
series.
all right.
I think the Knicks are going
all
to
right.
win the series.
Yeah, it's nothing. I don't know why you're making this argument.
Okay, and
He's-
then-
He
when
hates
you play-
Embiid so much.
And then if they play the Pacers, you can make the case he's the best player on the floor in that series.
He is.
It's
He
either
will
him or
be.
the
Halliburton.
Pacers.
Probably yes.
He will be.
And then the Celtics.
and then it ends
Stop.
because you guys are a piece away.
I don't think he's better than Tatum, but like.
You think he's better than Brown?
Oh,
Yes.
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 Jaylen
Yeah,
Brown.
I'm not
Yes.
Brown. I don't know.
I think he's closer to Tatum than what you think.
I'm not a no.
Not a huge Jaylen Brown.
It's he just Meek, he'll never get the because he's 6'1" or
Exactly.
6'2" and he's
Oh, I
not
think-
super. He
yeah.
doesn't jump out the gym.
I
He'll
don't
never.
think it's
He'll never
crazy.
get the love like he
Jason
deserves.
Tatum's better than
No. But
It's not even-
you guys scoffed at like even
Not
Jaylen
scoffed,
Brown.
it's
You guys
just
were like,
like
I don't know.
He's better. He's just Jason Tatum.
No, but I agree with Meek. Like it's much closer than I think even you guys are giving like credit for. Like Tatum, I mean, we've seen this guy. How many times have we seen this guy lay eggs in big moments? Like we're acting like Tatum's like the
also
fucking
seen him
like,
win dozens and dozens of playoff games, and he's like 25 years old.
but with a lot of talent around him.
Brunson's also this is the first like time he's like been the best player on his own team.
I mean, he's won 2 national titles.
Oh, we're doing that now.
Well, I mean, I'd say he's been the best player on the team since he's joined the Knicks.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's the first time he was with Mavericks. He was not the best player there, obviously.
Well, yeah, I mean,
which is fine. It's not a bad thing. I'm just
Luke
saying-
I'd also put in that category of like
Oh yeah, Luke could
be the best player on the
honestly.
on a
I think
championship
Kyrie
team.
could be the best player.
And I know the knock. I know the knock on
really
Tatum.
do.
Tatum is like this guy that's not going to 98 playoff games his career, 23.8 points per game, and 7.7 rebounds. Obviously, that also includes like his when he was 19, 20 years old in those averages.
No, listen,
saying, like,
I don't like dislike. I don't like dislike Tatum. I feel like he just. So I feel like he's in. It's weird because I feel like people are very. He's the one where I feel like the public narrative is very like split on him. Where I feel like some people obviously, which he's great. I think some people put him as like he's great, like this top like few player in the league, which he probably is close to that being like like he lays all these eggs, but he's just been very hit or miss. Like he's had some really good playoff games where he scored like 50 in Game 7, and then he's had some like really poor ones where he hasn't showed up. I think now the team he's on is a little different because, like a game last night when they were playing like a lesser Heat team, and he can play like shit and they can still win. But
Well,
that's
last
going to
night
be
he
much.
showed you how good
That's going to be
Celtics
much
are.
more glaring when they start playing better teams. When he lays eggs, it's not going to be so easy.
The last 24 games, he's averaged.
Can't you say
a double
anything-
double?
Same thing about Jalen Brunson.
What?
Like when you play like a Celtics and Jalen Brunson sucks, they're not going to win these games when he sucked against the 76ers.
For sure. But I think he just had poor shooting nights, and you saw like the bounce back like on the road, and he's also the sample size with him playoff wise is smaller. I mean, he played really well in the playoffs on the Mavericks. Like, and he as Luke is like number 2. That was basically what got him. this
I just think
contract
that
with the
Jason
Knicks.
Tatum's been doing it more as a star player than Brunson. That's
Oh,
where,
Well,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure, longer. Like definitely, he's been like the star player longer.
and he's younger, right?
Yeah. He's,
Which
he's
is crazy to
definitely
think
younger.
about.
It's like
You know,
two-
it's weird
like 2
that
years, yeah.
he's 2 years younger than Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, that's how many 1 year as opposed to like a 4-year guy.
No, I know. It's just weird.
It's just
to
crazy.
think
It's
about.
crazy to think. Like it feels like Tatum's been around forever. He is like it is
For
It's
sure.
like, like Lamar Jackson. The fact that
Yeah,
Lamar Jackson
very
is
similar.
Yeah, yeah.
26 is
It feels like they've been around forever.
yeah.
I mean, Andre Drummond's only 28.
No.
No, I'm joking. He's like 30.
Oh.
All right,
Okay.
I'm thinking that doesn't
I
make
was
any
like,
sense.
no
Like, that broke
way.
my brain for a second.
We'll get to your guys' game last, but Pacers Bucks -4.5. Pacers. I'm going Bucks here. I'm going plus. I think they're gonna lose. I think they're gonna lose next game. So that means with that line, Lillard's out, and
They're saying he's gonna be out. Yeah,
obviously
most likely gonna be
Giannis,
out.
but they get Bobby Portis back this game,
Yeah.
which is nice. I think that they played good in Indy without Bobby Portis, and when Daniel Gallinari was like their second best scorer in the fucking game. I think tonight they can at least cover, and then I think they're done in Game 6.
Spreads 4. I'm on the Pacers.
This is the game I like least. Probably I'm least opinionated on. I just such like a Portis. I feel like it's so, like you said. I almost was looking at Portis like over points.
Yeah.
Even though it's funny because he has not hit it in any of the games, but I think he would have. I think if he didn't get thrown out, he was like on.
He was gone.
Like the usage rate he had, even though it was only like 6 minutes, they were getting the ball early and often. And with the situation they're in right now, they have to.
Yes.
Like he's literally basically their. Besides Middleton, and Middleton was banged up at the end of last game.
Also,
He's like their
Miles Turner.
second score.
Miles Turner was wet
He was early for sure.
last game for sure. Like he's got. And they still. I don't know. I'm just going Bucks
I don't
tonight
see
at
it.
home.
Not without Lillard. Not without.
I mean, they
Giannis.
played with
So-
them. Like I know it's. I'm not saying for the series, but for today, I think they can definitely pull it.
Pacers definitely shot the ball very well also.
Yeah, they shot very well.
So that's where I'm like, there's probably, I mean, the contrarian in me definitely like wants to kind of take Bucks, but it's a scary proposition.
That's what. Yeah, I'm on Bucks. All right, and your guys' game. How we feeling? Was it minus?
4
4.5.
You see, Embiid missed shootout this morning, migraine.
Kelly Oubre, illness. That can mean anything.
Listen, they're both going to play.
Embiid is technically questionable right now.
Embiid sitting out with a migraine, he might as well just like leave the country if he does that.
Well, he's good.
He would get
let's remember he does have Bell's palsy. Like,
but I'm saying if this
he can't
dude
close an eye.
if this dude if he sits out game 5.
I mean, we've had football players sit out because they've had migraines.
But no, I'm not even saying that. It's more just like if he, after like everything that's happened this series, I'm not even saying like
Emmitt Smith had to come out of a Super Bowl.
I'm not even saying like me. I'm saying like the public is going to crucify him.
100%.
If he is sitting on the bench as they're getting like blown out and losing 5 in the first round.
I know you guys hate Embiid. I know you hate Embiid. It's kind of crazy. Like he won the MVP last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big guy who's shooting threes, unbelievable talent. He has Bell's palsy at the moment, where his eye is shutting while he's going like this on the fucking free throw line. Can't control half his face, and still people. And he came probably back from an injury that he's probably not supposed to come back from an injury. He probably shouldn't even be playing right now, in my opinion. But he knows he has to because the narrative around him is that he's hurt. He's kind of a pussy. Like, it's crazy how much shit he gets. And I think it's just because of the team he's on. And I know, and you guys should shit on it. Like, you guys are playing him. I don't want to. I'm saying more of the public. Like, you guys
neutral observer.
If I'm a Knicks fan, I'm shitting on him nonstop while we play them. I'm saying as a
neutral
casual
observer.
NBA fan, like the shit he gets is kind of crazy.
No, you're 100% right. But this is just like a winners and losers world. No one wants to hear that shit.
Yeah,
like no one, You're totally right.
Yeah.
But no one gives a fuck about
Usually
that.
people do give credit to the guys that's like hockey guys, like when they are hurt playing, it's like that guy's a warrior. Like no one is giving him any of that titles at all.
Well, I have a counterpoint. Clemmer, you lived through it. What did people think about Scottie Pippen's migraine in, I forgot what 90 that was?
Yeah, Scottie Pippen for a little while was not very well liked. Especially when he asked out of that game when they wanted to give the ball to Kukoc for the last shot when Jordan retired. So Pippen had a time where he was not well liked. So to Ev's point, if it played out like that, he would be crucified. But we've also seen, like I said, Emmitt Smith came out of a Super Bowl because he had a migraine. Like, you know,
I think Ev's right though tonight, where it's you're down.
But they did win that Super Bowl though. You said it's the winners and losers. They won the Super Bowl.
See, because the migraine one, like I was like too young. I literally was like a baby when that happened. But the one I think of was the Terrell Davis, which he played through.
Yep.
And talked about how he literally couldn't see and was taking carries and was like churning out yardage en route to a Super Bowl win. So I think what happens with migraines is that story gets up people's head. We're like, Terrell Davis won a Super Bowl MVP with a migraine. Like how, and Embiid sitting on the bench in street.
I mean,
like, you know, and I'm speaking like troll talk, but that ends up just what becomes like public. The trolls kind of like almost start to run public narratives a little bit.
Also,
because people that only half pay attention, they get half the story. They don't watch or whatever. Or they watch bits and pieces and they take with it whatever they want to take from it. Even though Embiid, like if I'm taking my Knicks hat off, has like he's been a warrior for them. He's playing on a bum knee.
Yeah.
He can barely fucking see out there, and he's still playing like 45 minutes plus. Now, trust me, when the lights are on tonight, I'm gonna call him a pussy all game in the stream.
That's different.
If he comes out of the game, I'm gonna trash him. Like he's gonna play. The crucifying thing, if he doesn't play, I think it's true, but he's not.
If it's close, he's
going to play, and he's gonna play a lot of minutes. And I'm sure he's going to score a lot.
Yeah, he's really good. And listen, we still fucking talk about MJ's flu game.
Exactly.
Like,
people love that shit.
The flu, at this time you have the flu and you played it, it's like, all right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like now if you don't play with the flu, you're a bitch. That's what it's become. Jordan killed the flu. As an excuse.
They finally found a cure for the flu.
Just
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he cured it. Just don't be a bitch.
So you guys feel good about tonight? You think you take it?
I do. I think Knicks win.
I think the Sixers kind of just roll over and dive. They go down by double digits tonight.
Well, I was gonna.
There's real potential.
I think the Sixers are gonna come out hot. That's what I think. I'm hoping that's not the case. I actually
thought the same.
I think we're gonna get like a last stand effort from the Sixers in the first half. But if their shots aren't falling early, like I think they could easily. If that doesn't happen, they're gonna just roll over.
They've blown a double-digit lead in every loss. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I said this to a few people. I was saying it to my dad on the phone last night. The Knicks are like a ground and pound football team. Like they will just wear you down. Like eventually you can make some big play, like do some things, but when the fourth quarter comes around, like they just have all the gas in the tank and you're toast.
It's more.
And they will just beat you. They would just crash into you till you eventually wilt.
That's what
and
it
we
is.
take the lead and we win the game.
The offensive fucking rebounds is where it's
exactly
like killer for them because Embiid's blocking one guy out, but then all of a sudden Josh Hart's jumping over Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, he's
and it's
flying from
like-
the free throw line, and Hartenstein's coming from over here, and literally the whole fucking everyone, whatever five's on the court, Precious, whoever, they're crashing the glass. Like that rebound is depending on their life.
Yeah,
their life is depending on that rebound. It's just the way they play, and the Sixers don't play that same way, and like their big guys are playing on one leg, so he can't grab rebounds probably the way he normally would if he was full health. And yeah, we're just gonna break you. The Knicks will just break you in the fourth quarter.
I'm very confident Knicks are going to. I said earlier, Knicks in 5. And I'm very confident they're going to win. The only thing that scares me though is the spread. These games have been so close that 4.5 is a big number. So I'm actually going to stay away because I think the Knicks are going to win, but I don't know if they cover.
I took the money line. I laid.
I'm taking the Sixers
minus 192.
I took one. I got 185. Anyone to play? I don't need. I'm a Knicks fan as well. Obviously, I don't want to play with the points.
I agree with you.
I don't want to be sitting there. They need to win by 5 at the end.
I don't blame you either.
I just really think when push comes to shove, they win this game.
I agree.
I never lay juice like that ever, especially in a money line basketball game. I did it tonight because I just believe the Knicks will find a way to win this.
I
whether it's big or whether they have to grind it out the end, one way or another, they will find a way to win the game.
People will be celebrating outside Madison Square Garden
Yes,
tonight.
be silly.
Kind of agree, but I also
Which is also crazy. It's a first round matchup, but they will be celebrating.
We have fun in New York.
I'm taking the Sixers 4.5. I think the Knicks still win actually, but I think that I'm just taking 4. That's the point.
The game's been so close.
Yeah, I know.
Phil, were you saying this yesterday? The Sixers have outscored the Knicks for the series?
No, Knicks have outscored them by 4.
I think 4. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And it's
They're
3-1.
up 3-1. That's going by
Yeah,
4.
That's what I mean. I'm not touching this.
It is wild.
It's crazy. Any other news? I mean, hey, we didn't even talk about it. It's just, I'm glad he's okay. Tank Dell got shot by an active shooter. It's crazy how I hope he's all right. I hope he's ready for the season because that Texans team is really fun.
Sounds like he's going to be okay, but that's
I don't know. I didn't see where he got shot. I don't know where it happened, like on his body. I don't know where it happened. I'm glad he's okay. That's fucking crazy. Any other news in the sports world before we get to some picks?
I'm trying to think. I don't think anything nothing too crazy in football. I mean,
No, right?
obviously
It's
draft
kind of
just
been-
happened.
Yeah, NHL still going. The NHL playoffs have been crazy.
Is it Florida? I think Panthers closed out last night, I believe.
Yeah, they're really good.
The Rangers,
I
obviously.
think Mr.
Rangers
Ice has
swept.
them to win the Stanley Cup.
They've been one of the best teams in the last couple of years. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Let's talking hockey with Pick6 Central. I think the best team's been good.
So
the Rangers.
analysis.
I think they closed out last night.
Shout out to the Rangers though too for President's Trophy and sweeping the first round. That doesn't happen a lot in the NHL. So good for them. If the Rangers and the Knicks are both in the second round,
oh my!
No, that's a
just
curse
happening like.
That's a curse in the NHL. If you win the President's Trophy, you're not supposed to touch it when they present it to you because if you touch it, you're cursed and you'll lose in the first round.
Yeah,
So they must have not have touched it.
Yeah, and that's like the Bruins last year, best
Best record ever.
and then
So the last team to win the President's Cup and win the Cup was 2013 Blackhawks.
let me tell you something. Who else is the best in the East? Booze. Hockey.
It's the
it the Rangers,
Rangers and
Panthers?
the Panthers.
And the Panthers. So let me
Yeah.
tell you something, right? If the Rangers, and is there any way the Rangers can play the Bruins or no?
Conference finals, I think.
Is it not?
It wouldn't be till
Okay, so imagine that.
Conference finals.
Imagine we have Rangers, Bruins, Celtics, Knicks, conference finals
would be
of
popping.
both.
It'd be funny. Bosco
Can
puts
you
on a
im-
Rangers jersey, pretends to be.
I
a
hate how
lifelong-
I hate how Rico tweets ranges with
Ranges.
like with jizz.
He
Like,
does say I don't know why. Yeah, he uses. He could just say like a G. They use so many other ways.
don't have to use
not say jizz
J.
at the end.
Yeah, just
Literally
makes,
jizz. Ranges.
when he does it, makes me very
The
uncomfortable.
ranges.
I
I
hate
get
it.
what he's trying to do. Like he's trying to do like the Francesa Rangers. I get it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I root for the Rangers, but it's not like I don't watch the games. Like,
Hey, listen, I'm a Rangers fan,
I'm a
because my
supporter.
brother. But again. That's why I don't go to the Knicks streams, because I would be a fake Knicks fan.
yeah,
Um,
like I'd be happy if they win, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, rah rah. In the
no,
streets.
the only person that would do that is Glenny Balls.
Glenny. Yeah.
Glenny is every 82 games Rangers
Yeah.
fan. All right, what's your guys' picks? Clemmer, what's your pick of the day?
I hate this baseball slate. This is the worst baseball slate since the season started.
Oh wait, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we just talked all that shit. I'm pretty sure Kendrick just responded.
did he actually?
Yeah, which
Good.
is really funny. We basically bullied him into it.
Yeah, he did.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, I'm seeing it at the top of my.
That's big news.
I'm gonna have to listen to
It's
that right
huge.
after.
It actually is huge news. I know not to
Well,
you.
it's huge news. Yeah, I'm sure. Like under the
Kendrick Lamar responding to
it's
Drake's.
huge news.
This
Yeah. No, I
is
actually I
ginormous.
like. I mean, I'm very casual. I like Kendrick more than Drake personally.
That's nuts, but I like your
Yeah,
opinion.
that's but no. Okay, so I have 2 picks for baseball. That's it. Early win promo. Excuse me. Grab this. I'm on the Dodgers again today. It hit yesterday, which is great. I love that. The early win promo. Go to DraftKings. The team's up by 2 runs at any point in the game, you win instantly. And my play of the day is Guardians over 3.5 total runs. It's minus 140, so there's a lot of juice there. But they've scored over 20 runs in 20 of their 28 games. And Hunter Brown's been horrible this year. And I've won 3 of my best bets in a row, so trying to go for 4 in a row.
All right, I got Yankees. Fuck the Orioles. I got the Cubs. Cubs with a hell of a win against the Mets yesterday.
Oh.
Tyone pitched well again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both. I mean, they both pitched.
Severino
great.
pitched great too, but Tyone-
Diaz gave it up.
Tyone's been real good coming back from the.
He has
which is awesome.
If he
I fucking
can
love
can
him.
pitch like he did 2 years ago for the Cubs this year, it's gonna be a huge help for them.
Listen, I know I do a show with the Cubs pitcher. I understand that. Them World Series look is not bad. They have-
well, Bellinger's hurt right now, which I don't like.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They're 18-11 with their ace out. One of their pitcher just came back. Is Suzuki still out?
Yeah.
He's still out. Bellinger's out. I'm pretty sure they have another guy
I mean,
out.
I'm not gonna tell you any baseball like World Series future is dumb. It's just like if you're getting to the playoffs, you have a chance. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
that's
100%.
Yeah,
I'm just
I would
saying,
say
like,
more division than
I think when
World
you
Series.
look, yeah, but that's what you take World Series and you can
If you take World Series
Cash
and you're in,
outs.
you have a chance. Yeah.
cash. I'm just saying when you have a team that doesn't have their best players and they're still winning night in.
I still like the Reds in that division though.
Really?
Yeah, they're only 2 back. I think they have more talent, and I think they have. I don't know. You could see both the Reds and Cubs though making some changes in the at the trade deadline. I can see them both adding.
April baseball rosters, April and May is nowhere close to what the full version.
And I
teams
can see
are.
both of those teams making some because they both I think are committed to some extent. Not like the Mets or the Dodgers,
we
but
have-
they're committed.
We have 130 games left for most of these teams.
Yeah,
we have a long way to
I
go.
see both of those teams being in it though for the long stretch. The Cubs and the Reds, and I see both of them potentially improving their rosters. I think the Cubs are good, Marty. I'm with you,
Yeah, no, and it's just like Steele's going to be coming back.
which would be huge for them. And then if
soon.
Shota is like a legit ace, then it changes the Cubs. He's been incredible.
I just got to read this tweet real fast. The Rock was allegedly constantly 7 to 8 hours late to work on his new film Red One, which cost of around $50 million. People who previously worked with The Rock say he pees into water bottles to save time, which has upset his crew members.
So why is he late then if he pees in the water
So
bottle?
he's Dana Beers.
I don't
basically.
understand though. He's late, but he pees in the bottles.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's a conflicting.
Was that them basically saying that this is very out of like character for him?
Yeah.
Saying that he usually cares so much about time, he's willing to pee in a bottle to not go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But now he's all of a sudden he's 8 hours late to call times or
Whatever
whatever.
Red
it is.
One is, seems like he doesn't care about
It
it.
seems like he's making a point. Almost seems like he's doing it like on purpose.
Maybe he hates the directors.
If you're like a timely guy and all of a sudden you're just showing up 8 hours late,
Yeah.
and basically, and he obviously been in the game long enough, he knows that he's costing them a shit ton of money and all this. It's not like this is like he's not like blindsided by that.
Yeah.
I imagine.
But those are my 2 baseball picks, and I'm nervous about this because I'm going all underdogs. Sixers 4.5, Magic 5.5, Bucks plus 4.5. Ev.
Yeah, I'm going. Like I said, I'm on the Knicks money line already. I know it's juice. I don't care. I would lay the points well if you want them. If you don't want to lay all that juice, I think I'm gonna take a shot at the Magic. They're up to plus 5.5 now. I'm gonna take the Magic. And in baseball, actually, I don't bet them every day. I do like the Yankees today. We're back in Nasty Nestor. Another big start. And I like the over in the Mets game. Over 7.
All right, Phil, you got anything?
It's dollar dog night for the Mets game. We stole it from the Phillies, so I'm predicting
Ooh,
both the Mets and Knicks wins.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, that's the show. Ev, good luck tomorrow on your flight to North Dakota.
Yes, Ev.
Yep.
You gonna send us a postcard?
Yeah.
And Phil, good luck on your flight
Phil,
to North
Phil's coming
Dakota.
as well.
Yeah, Phil.
First work trip for Phil. Big one.
First
Back-to-back
work
trips
trip,
to the Dakotas.
North Dakota.
North and South
And then
Dakota.
next
Back-to-back weeks.
You're going to South Dakota next week.
He's probably the
Honestly, Phil's got it the worst so far.
Sure.
He's the first human ever to have the first 2 business trips be North Dakota
And
and
then
South
Dukes,
Dakota.
and then Dukes' first, well, it's not his first work trip, but then Duke gets to go to Nashville.
Yes, right.
And who's going to Alaska? Have you decided that yet?
We have not decided that.
Oof. So
I
you're
probably
potential.
can't.
I think it's gonna be Dukes.
Is these your only 2 trips?
Yeah.
You don't go. Duke's going to New Mexico too.
Well, Mexico could be a surprise. We don't know.
Oh yeah, because we don't know if he can. All right. That's the show. We will see you guys tomorrow. They might be sending like Neely Boy or somebody for Rico when he goes.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Well, because Meek and Dukes can't go.
And it's a lot closer.